The elevator doors opened, and I stepped out with a split-second delay because Lucien and Vivian were already in the lobby. They were laughing. Her hand was on his arm. He was carrying her bag. Vivian saw me first.
Mara, long shift?
I looked at my reflection in the elevator doors before they closed. Plain jacket, tired eyes, a bandage on my left forearm where Lucien's elbow had caught the edge of the kitchen counter 3 days ago. I'd gone to the clinic alone. The nurse had said it would scar.
Lucien, who's this again?
He glanced at me. The glance lasted less than a second.
She lives in my unit.
Not my registered companion. Not. Her name is Mara. She lives in my unit. I smiled at Vivian.
Nice to meet you.
I walked past them both and kept going. Outside, I sat on the building steps and didn't move for a while. I wasn't angry. I had paid $500,000 for him. I had taken out a loan to cover the difference. I had stood outside his locked door for an entire night when he cried after the registry told him about his classification. She lives in my unit. A passing cab splashed through a puddle near the curb. I watched the water spread and go flat. Then I stood up, flagged the next cab, and gave the driver a different address. The shifter registry was open until 9. The agent at the front desk had kind eyes and a name badge that said, Stella. She pulled up my file without comment. Fox shifter, registered 11 months ago. Bonding window opening in 3 weeks.
You want to file a transfer?
Yes.
She looked at the screen for a moment.
The bonding window.
I know.
Stella nodded slowly. She printed the form without another word about it. While I filled it out, she flipped through a binder on her desk. A photo slipped loose and fell face up on the counter between us. I looked at it before she could pick it up. Gray eyes, vertical pupils, wide shoulders, and a jaw like it had been cut rather than grown. A scar running through one eyebrow and down across the temple. Wolf shifter. Stella sighed and tucked it back.
Sorry. He's been here longest of anyone. Management tested a new segment with him, companion class. Nobody wanted a wolf. Everyone's afraid of them going feral. He's being transferred to the fighting circuit today, actually.
What's his temperament?
Completely gentle. I raised him myself, practically. 3 years in this building and not one incident. But the market, nobody wants to take the chance.
I finished signing the transfer form and pushed it back. Then I looked at the photo again. He was looking straight into the camera, not defiant, not afraid, just waiting. I recognized that look.
The wolf, is the transfer paperwork already processed?
Stella went very still.
Not yet. There's a window until 5.
I checked my watch. It was 4:17.
Then I'll take him instead.
He arrived 3 days later. Stella brought him herself. She stood in my doorway with her hand resting lightly on his arm. He was taller than I'd registered from the photo. My ceiling felt lower. I felt my stomach pull tight. I had done a lot of research in 3 days. Wolves weren't difficult statistically, but statistics were written by people who hadn't been standing in a narrow hallway, looking up at 200 pounds of quiet, scarred predator. He seemed to notice. He bent at the waist, slowly, until his ear was level with my eyeline.
Hello, I'm Brecken.
I breathed out. Lucien appeared from the kitchen doorway. He took one look at Brecken, and every hair on his white tail stood straight up. His pupils pulled down to a sharp line.
What is that?
His name is Brecken. He'll be staying here.
You brought a wolf into my home?
My home. My lease.
Lucien's jaw tightened. He looked Brecken over.
Mangy. Look at that coat.
Brecken flinched. He pressed one shoulder against my side, and I felt him trembling, very faintly, through the fabric. Then I felt something brush my ankle. I looked up at him. He looked straight ahead, ears forward. The last knot in my chest came loose. Stella pressed her registry ID into Lucien's eyeline.
Fox shifter, registered as Lucien, correct? On behalf of the registry, your transfer proceedings begin immediately. Please prepare for collection in 2 weeks.
Lucien's color drained. Lucien didn't speak for the rest of the evening. He shut his door. Things hit walls, muffled, then quiet. I made dinner for 2. Brecken sat at the kitchen table and watched me.
You don't have to stare.
I'm memorizing.
I put a bowl in front of him. He looked at it, then at the chopsticks, and picked them up with the focused expression. I had learned some things about Brecken in the 3 days before he arrived. Stella had sent a file. He had been in the registry's care since he was a juvenile, no family of record. He had spent the last 3 years in the companion program, which meant he had been trained for household life, for ordinary routines, for the specific kind of attentiveness that made a good companion, and then nobody had wanted him anyway. He got the chopsticks working on the 3rd attempt. He ate carefully, like he was paying attention to each bite. From behind Lucien's door, the sound of something being knocked off a shelf. Brecken's ears tracked toward the sound.
He won't come out tonight.
Are you sure?
He's dramatic, but he knows the terms. Eat.
He ate. Afterward, he helped me clear the table without being asked. He stacked things wrong, but he stacked them carefully. When I went to bed, I passed Lucien's door. The light was still on underneath it. I didn't stop.
Lucien didn't speak for the rest of the evening. He shut his door. Things hit walls, muffled, then quiet. I made dinner for 2. Brecken sat at the kitchen table and watched me. You don't have to stare.
I'm memorizing.
I put a bowl in front of him. He looked at it, then at the chopsticks, and picked them up with the focused expression. I had learned some things about Brecken in the 3 days before he arrived. Stella had sent a file. He had been in the registry's care since he was a juvenile, no family of record. He had spent the last 3 years in the companion program, which meant he had been trained for household life, for ordinary routines, for the specific kind of attentiveness that made a good companion. And then nobody had wanted him anyway. He got the chopsticks working on the 3rd attempt. He ate carefully, like he was paying attention to each bite. From behind Lucien's door, the sound of something being knocked off a shelf. Brecken's ears tracked toward the sound. He won't come out tonight.
Are you sure?
He's dramatic, but he knows the terms. Eat. He ate. Afterward, he helped me clear the table without being asked. He stacked things wrong, but he stacked them carefully. When I went to bed, I passed Lucien's door. The light was still on underneath it. I didn't stop.